Hello, I hope you are doing well. I am actually selling my Nikon Z7 II, and this video it's about the reasons why I'm doing that. It is less about the camera itself. The camera it's excellent. It's more about my relationship with the camera and the fact that this camera might not be the right camera for me. So I would just like to share a few thoughts about it and the reasons why I am selling this camera. And maybe you could relate to some of those reasons, and maybe I can spare you from buying expensive equipment that will actually not um, fulfill your needs. So, the first thing about this camera that I didn't like that much was the the 45.7 megapixel resolution. So it looks very counterintuitive because, of course, the more megapixels the better, but there are a few drawbacks that comes with this improved resolution, and I didn't like them very much. So well, first things first. So I thought that having like higher megapixels would actually make a difference in my photography at the stage I am right now, and the reality is that it didn't make any difference for me at my stage and for the type of photography I do. Of course, maybe this would be a big difference for people who does other kinds of photography and are on more advanced stages, but for me, it didn't make any difference at all. And then additionally to that, there's the fact that the size of the files, they are a lot bigger than the files that I have from my Sony, for instance, which is like 24 megapixels. And that's something I didn't like much as well because I would have to buy more storage soon, and I wasn't willing to do that because I have already a lot of regular SD cards, for instance, or I have already my external drives, and I have some limited space on my personal computer, so I wasn't really willing to change or to expand all that just because now this camera generates larger files. So I really didn't like that much as well. And the final point related to the resolution is the extra costs, basically. So again, this camera has one standard XQD card slot, and it has a CF Express card slot. So there are different types of memory cards, and the CF Express cards they cost a lot more than the regular ones. I didn't want also to go that route because in my other camera I have two slots with standard XQD or standard SD cards, and I have a lot of them already laying around, so I didn't want to actually spend more money on that. So this was the first point. Then the second point is this top LCD display here. I hope you can see it. Um, at first, when I saw it, I thought, wow, this will be really cool. It shows the battery status, it shows your ISO, it shows like the main settings of the camera. Um, and I thought this could be really useful. And to be honest, I thought it was really cool as well, aesthetically and etc. But in reality, when I was taking some pictures, I noticed that because I usually put the camera on a tripod, it was a little bit hard to always have to look at this top LCD, and I was resorting mainly to the main display of the camera all the time because this is what I do on my other camera, and I am already used to it, so it works more naturally to me to look here than to look here at the top. So that really didn't make any difference at all as well for me, and it just makes the camera more expensive in the end. The other point is the weight. So this camera, it feels a lot heavier than the other camera I have. So um, the body itself, it's not that big of a difference in terms of weight, but the lenses are. So I have a feeling that Nikon lenses, they are usually a little bit heavier than other lenses. It could be because they have excellent quality, excellent glass, etc. And I don't know exactly why, but the fact that for me they feel very heavy, and I really didn't like that very much. It was really not comfortable to carry this in combination with a nail bracket, for instance, and carry this like the whole day around my neck or on the backpack. So it really felt heavy to me. Ergonomics wise, I think it's okay. It looks really good. I don't have any complaints about it, but the weight, every time I take this camera, the first thing I feel it's weight. You know, it's different from my old Sony. And then this is again, this is more like a personal thing. It's just a feeling and the way I feel the camera, and I think this is important because you don't if you don't have a good feeling with the camera in your hands, you will usually take other camera, or you will not take this one that much, which was what happened to me in the end. Then the fourth point, it's about the lenses. I bought this 24 to 120 f4 lens here together with the kit, and no questions asked, is it is an excellent lens, and I'm not questioning the quality of the lens. Um, However, if I would like to have a similar coverage to the existing Sony kit that I have, actually, I would have to buy another lens. And to buy this other lens, it will be a huge amount of money. So I didn't really want to go that route as well. I guess it's the thing about having two different systems, right? So you cannot reuse the lenses you have. You have to buy new lenses, and the Nikkor lenses, they feel to me a little bit more expensive than other alternatives, which could yield similar qualities for the kind of work that I will do. I will probably not notice any difference, and they could be less expensive, and they would be lighter as well. So um, the things about lenses for me in the Nikon ecosystem also didn't work well as well. Then there's this thing about the inspiration versus aspiration, right? So to be honest, I think one of the reasons I bought this camera was less because I really need it, and more because of influence of photographers that I follow, and that I really like their work. And I think in my head I thought in some place that if I had a similar camera, I will be able to produce similar works. And I think this is a trap that everyone will fall at some point in time in their photography journey. And I admit that I fell on this trap with this camera here. And that was a little bit of a disappointment as well. And the fact that I was not so inspired also to take the camera with me around was also like a big deal breaker. I took this camera on a trip to Brazil, for instance, and guess what? I haven't taken a single shot with this camera because I didn't feel very inspired to take photos, and even less because the camera was super heavy and I was not like comfortable carrying it around everywhere. So that was a huge reason for me to decide to sell this camera, and also a big revelation about how I think about cameras and what would work better for me moving forward as well. I think there's of course the negative aspects of selling a camera because you always ended up losing money, but there's like some good things about it as well, because in the process you learn more about yourself and the way you like to do photography and the kinds of equipment that will fit you better in the long run. So again, nothing to do with the camera and a lot to do with myself and the way I do photography, and my personal needs for that. So I guess that's then the lesson learned. I just wanted to share here this short story with you, just in case you are thinking to buy it, etc. Just keep those points in mind. So think about it if anything here will really make a difference for you, if it's worth the price, if it's something that you will feel inspired to take out with you all the time. um, Check other people's opinions, of course, um, but if in the end, also if you want to try it and you have the means for it, so go for it, try it, and have your own experience and your own opinion about it. Again, the camera is excellent if you are thinking to have it as your first camera. That's perfectly fine. I think no one would tell that this is a bad camera, or that this will not take incredible pictures, or that this will not suit like lots of needs. But you need to factor in your context, your personal experience, your level of experience in the photography journey as well, your needs, the kinds of photographies you take the most, etc. So factor all that into your decision, and I think in the end you will be able to be happier with the kit that you will ended up buying. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you take some out of it. And that's it. Have a good day. Bye bye.